Celro and Cellini is definitely a brand to look out for, and a lot of times it is unmarked. So this bracelet sold for $80. It was in my collection, so I mean, I'm gonna put cost of goods as 0, so there we go. Okay, here is the sale, one of the sales that was really fast. I've had a couple really fast sales this weekend. This is the American Queen Pittman and Keeler bracelet, sold probably in a day and a half. I decided to look it up when I got home, and turns out that this is actually an antique piece that is like fully enameled on copper, and it is called Canton enamel. Canton? And it's not perfect. You guys can see it has this right here. It has scratching, but it's very old, hand painted. And it has this very bright, vibrant yellow color. These sold for $60 and I paid around $9. These sold on Posh. And yeah, it's boot season, so people are going to start looking for boots. I think tall boots in particular do really well because you can pick them up like at the bins or even at like Goodwill for $9.99, and then you can resell them for like $50 plus. All right, you guys, if you have never seen one of my what sold over the weekend videos, this is the one to see because we have some amazing pieces going out. 2 from my own collection, so you know it's gonna be good. And the Hattie Carnegie, just so many good things to learn from, to be on the lookout for. I sold one hard goods piece for $124.99. It's just been a good weekend, you guys. So let's get into it. All right, so these are the jewelry sales going out a little bit more than a weekend because it's Labor Day weekend. So we had some sales coming in today over here, but this has just been a really good weekend overall with some bigger sales. So let's start with a viewer sale. You guys might recognize this right away. I have it out so that we can just hear it. We can just even hear the quality, the beauty. This is the Cuba glass. Hattie Carnegie. If you guys don't know what Cuba glass is, definitely Google it. It's similar to Givray glass, not used very often, but Hannah at Fleur de Montage, she talked about the differences in glass. And so yeah, this, I didn't even list it. It sold directly from the YouTube video for $125. I paid $50. So this is just, I am just so excited for the viewer who is going to get this. It's clearly marked Hattie Carnegie right there. And definitely a Bolo brand to look out for. If I were to list this on eBay, I would have listed it for at least $199.99 or $200 because of the quality, the Cuba glass, the purple color, multi-strand, and the designer brand name. Oh, so yay, that one is going out. All right, next, these are coming out of my collection. I've never worn these, but they're in my collection because I thought, you know, I don't see many things like this. I love these Rivoli stones, the pointed stones. These have like a double halo look, really nice condition. You can still see this clip-on is in really great shape, still has the rubber attached to it. And these are just stunning statement earrings. So I priced these up because they were in my collection. And when I do that, it's like, okay, what is the price that I think I would take to get these out of my collection? Like, what's the value? So we decided on $50. So I did take a best offer of $50. I thought, okay, that's worth it. And I paid $1.50 for these clip-on unmarked, but truly stunning clip-on earrings. Okay, so we get these kind of necklaces often in jewelry jars, jewelry lots. These are the Faux turquoise or dyed howlite this one has like triple strand. This is like a triple strand bib boho necklace. So, you know, you put it up, you're not going to make a sale right away, but somebody might bundle it with other Southwestern jewelry, or they might be looking for something a little bit more statement to add with their like coral pieces or something like that. So this one sold for $13 on eBay, and I paid $1 in a Shop Goodwill lot. This one I paid 50 cents in a jewelry jar. This one reminds me of Whiting and Davis. Whiting and Davis does a lot of the hematite and silver tone jewelry. This is like a faux hematite stone. That's what that like grayish shiny stone is usually. This one's faux, but this one's unmarked, sold for $13, paid 50 cents. This was a D-list relist. These are like some fun, colorful chandelier earrings, not marked, just something to list quickly and get up there from a Shop Goodwill lot. Sold for $7.99 on eBay. Okay, this one also came out of my collection, and I actually purchased this for myself a long time ago from an antique store. But I was like going through it in my own, I was going through my own collection, things I don't have listed on eBay, and I decided to list this one because I don't wear it that often. I probably have worn it like 3 times. And it's a little bit small, so it's a little bit uncomfortable. Decided to list it. Gorgeous green color, faux pearls, stunning. I'm wondering if this is a, what am I thinking of? Anyways, I had to look up real quick what I thought it was. The Cellro and Cellini, those big statement bracelets. And the reason I'm like thinking that is because of the construction, again, with this hinged latch, and then these connector pieces for these panels is made in the same way as Cellro and Cellini. I probably should have researched that more, but I purchased this and listed it before I knew anything about that brand. I've more recently found out about it, but Cellro and Cellini is definitely a brand to look out for, and a lot of times it is unmarked. So this bracelet sold for $80. It was in my collection, so I mean, I'm going to put cost of goods as 0, so there we go. All right, here's a bundle going out. It is 3 clip-on earrings. Okay, so first of all, we have this red Monet cabochon clip-on earrings. I got these at the antique store for $2. Sold for $16. I got these for $125 at the antique store, and these are the brand 1928. You can see the swirling on the back, faux pearl dangle, enamel, beautiful. And then these I just got at the Value Village thrift store. I mentioned how you can tell that they're 1928 by the swirling on the back, even though they don't say it, the brand 1928 on it. These sold for $18, making the bundle sale $50. My cost of goods was $5.75. All right, next, oh, I love this one. Glass pearl. You can tell that they're glass pearl because they're a little bit colder than plastic and they're heavier. They're not gritty to the teeth, or if you rub them together, they're really smooth, but they are high quality. They are hand knotted in between. This one was a multi-strand, and then look at how awesome this box clasp is. It looks very Art Deco to me. This actually got a lot of watchers, surprisingly. I guess maybe unsurprisingly, because I only priced it for $19.99. And every time I would get a watcher and then I would send out the $18 offer, I'm like, why did I price this so low? So I think I had like 20 watchers, finally sold for $18, and I got that in a jewelry jar for 50 cents. This is another 50 cents jewelry jar find, probably the same jewelry jar. This one tested as Nephrite jade, which is a little bit cheaper than actual jade beads. So this tested as Nephrite on the Presidium tester. This is a graduated green Nephrite stone beads, barrel clasp necklace, sold for $19.99 and paid 50 cents. I just got these from the antique store for $2. These are some bold 80s clip-on faux pearl statement earrings, not marked. Sold for $12.99, paid $2. This one also got a lot of watchers, I would say at least 20 plus. This is a carved mother of pearl pendant that I just put on a silver tone chain. And it's really, really beautiful. A lot of these mother of pearl pendants and earrings don't sell well, but for some reason, this like filigree, romantic, dimensional, carved cross actually got a lot of watchers. So this sold for $14.99, and I paid $1 in a Shop Goodwill lot. Okay, here's another wonderful bundle going out. This one, I love these rich gold tones. I think in both of the titles I had rich gold tone. And these are both unusual brands that I don't come across too often. This one here is by the brand Jcraft, which looks very Trifari or Monet to me. Very rich gold tone, choker style, leaf link, and really well made. So it does say Jcraft. There's the fold over clasp. This one sold for $35 in the bundle. And this one was signed Jean or Jeannie, Jeanne. This one is actually a higher end costume jewelry brand as well. You'll be able to see it better in the picture, but these have like these shell dangles going down on this pendant. I added the chain to this, sold for $30, so altogether $65. Cost of goods was $4.75. All right, here we have a sterling silver and turquoise, like 1970s earrings. You can see there it's a little bit older. This style was popular around that time. Has the turquoise nuggets. All this tested as sterling. This one sold for $35 on Poshmark. Even though this is pretty common out there, this like style, I still love listing the sterling and turquoise. It did take a little bit to sell, but at $35 from $1 is really good profit. Okay, here's another bundle. So yay, I love my bundle sales. Okay, these are more clip-ons, and this is a black and yellow clip-on. It kind of reminds me of a bee. And isn't that unusual though for clip-on earrings? Prong set glass clip-on earrings. Kind of reminds me of like an Austria clip-on with the really bold colors. So there is that one I got for 50 cents in a jewelry jar. And then these I picked up for $2 at the antique store. These are just simple black ball studs. But the great thing about these is that they are marked Crown Trifari again on the back. Crown Trifari is like really hot right now still. So definitely list your Crown Trifari pieces. Those sold for $22 on Poshmark. My cost of goods was $2.50. These also came from the $2 antique store bins. These are called reversed carved flower screwback earrings. They're like in lucite. So what they do is they carve it through the back, fill it in this lucite clear plastic, and then they cover the back. And then I've come across pendants and things where they don't actually fully cover the back. These are beautiful with a blue background. Sold for $18 on Poshmark, and I paid $2. Okay, here is the sale. One of the sales that was really, really fast. I've had a couple really fast sales this weekend. This is the American Queen Pittman and Keeler bracelet. Sold probably in a day and a half. Had watchers right away, and it says clearly right there. So what happened was, my mom and her friend were right down the road at the antique store, and they were coming over to my house right after. I had to go drop off packages, and I saw that they were still there. And so I was like, oh, I'll go find them in the antique store. I wasn't planning on buying anything. So I was just kind of following them along. They don't have any sales at the antique store at that time. But then I couldn't resist. There was jewelry on the counter, and I just was like going through it, and I was like, well, I'm going to look this one up. And I saw that comps were really good. It was $25, but right away someone paid $100 full price on Poshmark. So this is a really good brand and something to look out for now. This is called a Sweetheart Bracelet. Okay, this one I've had forever, not a bolo or anything, but it's two-tone, and this is like a wheat chain cuff, that wheat style texture. I don't know, it's very David Yurman style, in my opinion, with that texture and the two tones, but this one's not marked. Sold for $20 on Etsy. After shipping, it was $16.19, and I paid around $1 on Shop Goodwill. Okay, this one was another jewelry jar find a very long time ago. This one is by the brand Speedal. So I guess this could be technically unisex, very industrial looking. Speedal is known for their watches and sometimes men accessories, sometimes women's accessories, and name ID bracelets. So I had a delist, relist, finally sold for $11.99. Paid 50 cents. All right, 3 more. This one I got from the antique store for $1.60. And it was because I saw that there was a brand on the back. And I was like, oh, which kind of reminded me of House of Harlow, which is a higher end, like modern jewelry, costume jewelry brand. This is not House of Harlow. This is actually Dana Buckman. It's one of Dana Buckman's maker's marks on jewelry. I think there's like at least 3. So this one is a Dana Buckman piece. So their comps weren't super high on this, but it finally did sell. Enamel Rhinestones, lovely. Sold for $13 on eBay. All right, this one also came, I think, yeah, Shop Goodwill lot, decided to list it. This one is by the brand Kenneth Cole. If you see this long bar hang tag, usually it's Kenneth Cole right there, modern. It's like a antiqued gold tone hammered disc station double chain necklace type situation. Sold for $16 and I paid $1. These I actually think are like a lot prettier than like $7, but for me it was hard to like come across as far as the quality and how beautiful they were online, so I decided to only list these for $7.99, even though they're like glass and faceted, faux garnet, beautiful. But yeah, so these finally sold best offer of $7, paid $1. So I will put my earnings for jewelry up on the screen. Okay, are you guys ready for my hard good that's sold? I actually sold another hard good, but they haven't paid yet. It was that other something. It was like that one dish that I needed help on, one of my first hard good shopping trips. But this one I just listed and it sold within hours. I paid $4.99 for this tray. So how I decorated my living room is a very like French Victorian chinoiserie style. Chinoiserie is like that really romantic Chinese and Asian inspired look mixed with French look. And so I really liked this when I went to Goodwill with Gideon, which was interesting. So I was like, oh, I'll pick this up. It's $4.99. I decided to look it up when I got home, and turns out that this is actually an antique piece that is like fully enameled on copper, and it is called Canton enamel. Canton? And it's not perfect. You guys can see it has this right here. It has scratching, but it's very old, hand painted. And it has this very bright, vibrant yellow color. So a few things to learn about something like this is, so I kind of just put up the price of $124.99 out there because I saw some around the $100 mark, some a little bit less, some a lot more. And I didn't really see a yellow color. So this could potentially be something that's maybe worth $1,000. But I can't like me as a reseller, I can't dwell on, oh, it could have been this much, because if someone got a really great deal, that means like their knowledge is paying for them to get a really great deal. Just like we as jewelry resellers know that Hattie Carnegie can resell for a good price, and the person who resold it to me might not have that same experience in jewelry. So, you know, if someone gets a really good deal because they have better knowledge, better understanding of the collectability of something like this, then you know what, that's good for them. It's kind of like paying them for their experience and knowledge in a way. But yeah, I didn't find this bright yellow look very much, so I am really happy with this sale, and it is going out for $124.99. Okay, so we are going to do shoes here. So this is a brand that is like one of my bread and butter brands. Really nice quality. I wish it sold better than it does. This did take over a year to sell because I got this in a thread up shoe rescue box for like $9. This is by the brand Cole Haan. I think that Cole Haan makes really excellent high quality shoes. Most of my husband's shoes are Cole Haan. So it has this leather front, this nice stretch panel in the back, really tall, like knee-high, cute wedge, and I think a size 10, if I remember correctly. These sold for $60, and I paid around $9. These sold on Posh. And yeah, it's boot season, so people are going to start looking for boots. I think tall boots in particular do really well because you can pick them up like at the bins or even at like Goodwill for $9.99, and then you can resell them for like $50 plus pretty regularly. So, all right, I have this sale. I picked this up in one of my videos. The reason I picked this up is because it says made in Italy, and then also has that horse bit detail right here, so pretty still on trend. I think the horse bit that was really made well known by Gucci is going to stay like a classic staple look for a while. So these slip-ons sold for $30 on Poshmark. I picked them up for $6.99. Not a fast-selling brand by any means, but I'm still happy with that sale. All right, here is a great brand to resell. It is by the brand Taos, T-A-O-S. Love the quality. They are more of like a comfort brand, but they have some cute style of shoes, and these are a Mary Jane style. These sold for $30, and I paid $2 for those. Lastly, we have the belts, and I have 3 belts going out. First, I have this reversible Brighton belt. I got this more recently listed. It goes from tan to white. You can always look up the Brighton belt number. It usually says it there, right there, and it will kind of tell you the style and the comps. And this one sold on Poshmark for $25. I paid $3.99 at Goodwill. I'll do this one last. This one is by the brand Worth, which actually is a pretty nice higher end brand. It has like an interesting buckle where it's like a gunmetal gray hooks in the front, and then this croc embossed brown leather. This Worth belt did sell for $24.99. It was not a quick sale, but from 50 cents at the Goodwill bins to $24.99, I will take that. And then this one is a good brand for belts to be on the lookout for. It is not in perfect condition, you know, but it is a really nice high quality brand. This brand is W. Kleinberg. This one sold for $35. It is like a snake skin embossed, a greenish gray look, and sold on Poshmark for $35. Got it at I don't think I got it at Goodwill. I think I got it at Salvation Army for $2.99. All right, so I will put up my belt sales up on the screen. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what sold and inspired you to just keep listing, keep going, keep things moving. And I would encourage you, if you feel like, oh, this is not selling, this piece of jewelry is not selling, I have 200 listings and nothing's moving. I'm just going to keep encouraging you, like, just put that in the back of your mind and just keep moving forward, because one day it might sell. And there's no harm in just keeping it up on your platform like eBay. Just keep it on there and then just keep feeding the beast, as they say. Keep listing on eBay just to keep your store active, because right now I think I have like 3,600 listings in my store right now. And keep in mind that things like jewelry or shoes, like, they're oversaturated. I think once like COVID happened and people had to start working from home, or even like we're in the era of side hustles, I feel like a lot more people jumped onto reselling and discovered it, especially through like social media. And so like there's a lot of things out there right now on reseller markets. Don't let that get you down. You just adapt. You learn what works for you. And so for me, I'm not even going to worry about my whole room right now. I'm just going to be flexible and adapt and just keep moving forward. And what works, works. And what doesn't, doesn't. And you have to adapt. So hopefully that encouraged you in some way. I hope you guys have had a great week. Make sure, if you like this video, to give it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And as always, make sure you're out there thrifting so you can live generously. Bye, guys.